Mm, 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 mm. All right, we're live. It is 11:17. I am back on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to DJ Pablo TV, man. The hardest working man on YouTube. And I say this without apology, man. Ain't nobody working as hard as me. Because I do 2 streams a day, 7 days a week. Plus, I still go to a regular day job. So imagine me doing that and finding time to stay healthy with all of my health issues. Okay.
Party menu narration turned on.
Let me fix this right here. What is going on with
Press
this?
start to continue.
Why is this cord stuck in here? There we go. I don't know why it was not moving. All right, we got that phone on charge. That one's dying. This is the YouTube phone at 7%. All right, we're to play skate, man. Patch that in. And then I got to take it easy, get some. I want to get a good night's sleep tonight. It's 11 o'clock. Well, 11:19. I want to get a good night's sleep. Obviously, we're going to be here till like 1 just to get at least a 2-hour stream. But we got to do what we got to do, man. YouTube have changes, guys. If you did not know this and you're watching me right now, there are some new changes coming to YouTube. They're going to require 8,000. Oh, my God. A lot of people are going to be in tears when they hear. When they find out, they're going to be like, oh, my God, that's it. I'm never going to make it. I give up. I'm going to quit. A lot of people are going to be like, yo, that's it. I'm done. I'm cooked. I can't do this. 8,000 hours is just too much. It is a lot of hours, man. A lot. It will not be easy for most people to pull off. Why? Because a lot of them do not stream. Trying to do that with regular watch hours is going to be out of this world. Well, we all have until January. They're going to do it in 2027. But it is coming. It is coming. What the heck is going on with my Google? Can't be real. Delete some items to make room. I just got a message you that my Gmail is going to stop getting email by a certain time. You got to be kidding me. Really? Then I'm deleting all of this shit then. I'm sorry. All of these emails in here are gone. Delete. They're trying to get me to buy storage, saying that I'm going to stop getting emails. What the hell? Google Photos? I don't need this. Delete. I don't need none of that shit in here. One. This is saying 95% of my storage is used. What the hell? Shadow, what up? This is crazy. Now they want me to buy storage because they're saying 90-something% of my storage has been used. Well, we're going to dump a lot of shit. Because I need my Gmail account to be up and running. I don't need none of this shit stored in here. Why did they store all of this? Apparently it was backing up a lot of shit that I didn't even want to get backed up. This is some crazy shit. Bam, delete. And there's more. All right, let me load scale up. You just tried? All right, let me load my let me load my task up, and we're gonna go for it, man. My mic is still acting up in the background, as you can hear. I think I need a new XLR cable. My cables are going crazy. I didn't get the chance to even go search. By the time I got off into the thumbnails, man, time runs so fast. So fast. All right, let me get off this. All right, we need to silence this damn mic right here. I can't stream like this. All right, here we go. And let me put the volume up. Turn that up. Turn this off. Don't need that. And all right, let's go. Yeah, I have more than one. But I don't know why they want me to buy space from them, apparently. They want me to buy some space, telling me I'm out of space. I'm like, nah, I'll delete some shit. So be it. I would just delete some stuff to make room. All right, I think I got everything I need here. I'm not going to... yeah, I think I should change, put some pants. Take the shorts off and put the pants back on. Yeah. And a hat. I think it's time for me to take the hat off and put this back on. Yeah. That I noticed.
What up? Good to see you again. Welcome to the Bag of Tricks tour.
Okay, yeah.
Now that Izzy showed you how to look at the world like a skater, it's time to give your trick repertoire a boost. I'm going to give you a rundown on some more ways to grind, and cap it off with a fun little lope line. Let's roll towards Goldcrest.
Go for the tricks. Okay, I can do those in the stadium. 4 trick sequence. And 180 spins. Okay. All right, I can do those here. I don't know what's wrong with my XLR cable. My mic is just acting weird. I think this XLR cable is old. And something's wrong with it, man. I gotta grab another one, pop it in. But one I have is not that short. Shout out, you ready?
Select a player to join their party or send a party invite.
Okay, what do we have online? Well, nobody yet, so be it. We're off. Brother Jones, Brother Jones. Yeah, bro, I don't know what's going on, man. But you know how it is with me when it comes to the internet, especially when we play skate. I gotta say my prayers every night just to get a good stream. Right now, the internet looks nice. I like what I'm seeing right here, but I got no guarantee I can keep this. I got no guarantee that my internet is gonna stay like this. All right, hold on. No, I can't. This mic, nope. This mic. No, this is crazy. I can't do this shit. I'm getting tired of this now. All right, I'm gonna get up and get me an XLR cable. I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna try.
What's good there, man? Next game's blowing up. Get down here before it's gone.
Check, check. I don't know if that's the fix, but I am connecting a different cable I connected a different cable on here. I get the feeling it's the one that's behind the rack that's also giving a lot of problems. See, I'm just making a lot of noise still. When this moves, this cable here is the culprit. I think it's the one that's connected to my mic preamp that's causing all of this issue. Because I changed this and it's still acting up. Let me put this over here. All right. We have a different cable on here. This one is just hanging right now. It's not connected. I should have it run over here. Shadow, I heard you. You were in. Me fixed it. Check, check. Yes, that's it. Then I got to take this one out because this one is not working properly. You take up my my in-game mic is another small Rode mic I have taped onto here. Different from the one that I'm using for the stream. But I got to take this cable out of here. Something's wrong with this wire. It is just not cooperating. I need some brand new XLR plugs. I gotta go check. I usually have a lot of them here. But I'm gonna have to go check to see what's up. This XLR is just not doing the job anymore. Uh-oh. Now, Shadow, did you hear about the new rules on YouTube? Did you hear about the new changes that are coming? Yep, see? This cable right here, I think something's wrong with it. I think it's shorting out. This is one. There's another one I need to change as well. Sometimes cables get old. I've had them for a while. It's nice when you update your cabling. And I can still hear some static. The one that goes from the cloud lifter to my mic preamp gotta go. I think that one is the culprit. In fact, hold on. I think it's the one that's acting up. Okay. I don't think I can reach it right now though. Because I'm going to drag the table and then I have to put my hand behind that rack. You see, I have a rack of stuff here, a whole studio rack, where this mic is fed into a mic preamp that then comes back to my mixer. Then my mixer feeds back into that. So it goes into the EQ, then the compressor, then the sonic maximizer, then back out to the audio interface. There we go. Then it goes to OBS. Because I have a whole studio rack right here. When I'm, you guys have no idea. When I am streaming, I am using a full-blown studio. A whole rack. 31 band stereo equalizer. A BBE sonic maximizer. I got a compressor with a limiter on it. I got a mic preamp here. And my spectrum analyzer is here as well. A bunch of stuff. So I'm using I use a whole studio just to broadcast the stream. All right, let me see right here. Let me grab my controller.
Can you hear me? Okay.
All right. All right, I got to do some spins, some 180s. Where do I do them?
Go.
No, I can do those in the stadium. I don't have to come in here.
That's that one.
Shadow, your mic is breaking up like mine. It's breaking up the way mine sounded in the headset, but mine was kind of like cooking chicken, man. That crackling sound. I can hear you, but it's like only one word at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it. Just leave it on. So be it. Talk in small sentences. Say one word. I want to. One word, all right? Might take you longer, but so be it.
How's that?
All right, we're going in the stadium. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're going in. Remember to give the stream a thumbs up, all right, guys? Everyone watching right now, if you haven't given the stream a thumbs up yet, just click that fist. Now, I got to tell you guys about the upcoming updates with YouTube, all right? Because I know a lot of you guys probably don't know. If you're inspired to have your own channel, it is about to get way more difficult, all right? And you can thank the people making AI content for that because of them flooding
Party menu narration
YouTube with
turned
so
on.
many AI videos. YouTube decided to make the
Looks like our
the requirements to become a partner with them so you can make money off the ads and stuff. They are going to move it up come January, all right? Now, it was 1,000 subscribers from day one. And they lowered it to 500 just to get you in. Usually, you wouldn't get the AdSense money unless you have 1,000 subs anyway. But you could get into the partner program with only 3,000 watch hours and 500 subs. You know what they did, Brother Jones? Because of the AI flooding YouTube and a lot of, channels that are putting out content that is not genuine people. People are just using software to make stuff. And they're getting easy money and not doing any work. YouTube have decided we are about to make it so difficult that they're going to either quit or find some other ways of making their money. They are going to move it to 1,000 subscribers back again. So it's going back up from 500 to 1,000. As I said, it was always 1,000 before. Back in the day, they lowered it because people were struggling to get there. Me personally, I'm not worried about that because I got my 3,000. I got 3,569. All I need is 1,000. I'm good. Now, when I got in last year, I got my 4,000 hours because I started streaming. And streaming saved me. And I figured out that if you're going to maintain hours, you better learn to stream. So last year, I started playing games early last year. That's what I'm saying. And I decided to stream them and just continue. And it started taking off so fast. And then I was like, yo. Before you know it, bam, I got my 4,000 hours. They decided now it's going to go back to 1,000 subs. And now, not only do you need 4, they're doubling it to 8. So now the new requirement, you're going to have to maintain 8,000 watch hours per year. Now, keep in mind, if you are making regular video content and you ain't going viral like every damn video, you can forget it. You are not going to make 8,000 hours. Because I can tell you this. I couldn't get 4,000 hours until I started streaming. And I was making video content for a while, for years. But because I was making 5 and 10 minute videos and people were watching them for like 2 or 3 minutes, then they move on. And I wasn't getting like 100,000 views per video. Guess what? I could not do it until I started streaming. Now, I'm not worried, even though right now, I checked my hours today. I am currently at 6,500 watch hours so far this year. But because I'm streaming and I'm getting bigger by the day, my 2 streams from skate to car X drift is blowing up so much that I will have the hours. And because I do this 7 days a week, meaning no days off, and I was doing this before they made the announcement, because the announcement was for today. So I found out today that this was happening. But thank God I was already doing 2 streams a day, 7 days a week, because it was fun to me. So I know I'll get my 8,000 hours. You see what I'm saying? But for the average person who's not doing this, you are going to need a miracle. If you don't go viral, and going viral is like winning the lotto, you are going to need a miracle to make 8,000 hours. Because I can tell you, 4,000 hours is very difficult. This is why only 10%, I don't think you guys know this, only 10% of people who make content on YouTube are actually monetized. 90% of the content is not making any video because they don't have the hours. Either they don't have the subs or the hours. Most of the time it's the hours they don't have. So only 10% of what you see on the entire YouTube, only 10% of the creators are actually getting paid. 90% not getting a dime. And that was when you had to get 4,000 hours to get in. Now, when they double that shit, God help you, man. Because I don't know how in the world you're going to do it with regular videos. As far as regular videos to me, I haven't done them that often anymore. I do my music review stuff. And I literally almost came to a stop when it comes to that. And I did not know this was coming. Now that I know, music reviews on DJPABLOTV is going to be a dime. Well, not say that a dime a dozen, but I'm going to cut back a lot. I am not going to do them that often anymore unless it's something real special, because it takes more time to make a video. And I do not get the watch time hours from a regular video. If I do a 10-minute video and someone watches it for like 3 minutes, I'm going to need a lot of views for it to compare to what I get off a stream. You see what I'm saying? So the streams make the numbers easy, but you got to put in the work. So if the average person decides they're going to continue and they're going to do this, for one, you're going to have to stream. For two, you're going to have to do multiple streams like I do per day. And you're going to have to go 7 days a week in order to maintain those hours. If not, you better get lucky and go viral. And going viral is not easy. And you have to be going viral all the time to maintain it. And not everyone is gonna go viral every day. You might get a one viral video now, and then you can't follow up with another one. You are gonna have to maintain the hours to stay in the partner program, or your AdSense money will be gone. You will not get paid for ads, and they will put the ads on your video. I'm just letting you guys know. They are going to put the ads on your video, whether you are monetized or not. So if you don't have the hours, the ads will run, they will get paid, and you will get nothing. So everyone's going to have to crunch some serious hours right now. Lock in, put in the work. You're going to have to do at least 2 streams a day, a week. I mean, a day. You're going to need 2 streams a day like I'm doing, and you're going to have to be willing to do this 7 days a week. That's all I can tell you. I used to be on Mixcloud, man. I used to play on Mixcloud during the pandemic. During the pandemic, I used to be on Mixcloud. In fact, my shows that I did on Mixcloud are archived, but they're locked because you got to pay to be on Mixcloud. On Mixcloud, you have to pay to stream on there. That's the thing. Mixcloud, they charge you to stream. It's not like Twitch. When I was on there years ago, it was like $20 a month, I think. I haven't done it in a while, so I don't even know how much they charge now. But I know it was $20 a month. And I did pay it for a while, and after a while, I'm like, bro, this is too much, man. Because I wasn't making any money. I was just doing it out of love, and I'm paying to make content out of love. Pay them to make money. I have to pay them so I can work for free. Because I wasn't getting any money in return. I was just paying to have somewhere I can play my music without a copyright issue. And people were going on Twitch doing it for free. So I'm like, wait a minute. If I'm going to do this shit, I might as well go to Twitch. But YouTube was always my place. I was still running my YouTube channel at the time. So I was like, I got to lock in. I got to lock in. So I'm going to be just putting in some better hours to YouTube. I gotta stop paying $20 a month for playing somewhere where I'm not making any money out of it. So I'm losing money by being at Mixcloud because I wasn't monetized there. I wasn't making anything at all. In fact, I don't think I can't even remember if they did have a monetization. All I know is I didn't know anyone was getting paid. But you have to pay them to get on. But they have to pay royalties. They have a contract with the recording companies and you get to DJ, but you have to pay them and they take that money and pass it on. Plus they do make something out of it as well. But as I said, I used to be on Mixcloud, but I'm off, man. I can't be paying them $20 a month. $20 a month after a while became very difficult during the pandemic. Especially when things were slow. There was no money coming in that much. A lot of people couldn't go to work. I was streaming out of love, but I wasn't making any money off of it. Now, where I really want to stream music is on here. And I know YouTube is trying to see if they can figure something out with the record companies because Twitch is doing it. When they do, man, oh my, it's going to be a joyful day. But for now, we can't. Any DJ who does it, do it at their own risk. And when they're done, a lot of them just delete the stream. Because they can't leave it up. It's going to get a copyright. But my heart goes out to any aspiring creator, man. Anyone who was trying, grinding over the years, dreaming, hoping to get to that 4,000. When they find out that it's going to be double to 8, that is going to break their heart, man. That is going to break their heart. My heart goes out to them because I know how hard it is. It is not easy. If you don't love doing this, you can forget it. If you don't love making content and love doing what you do, forget it, man. They just made YouTube way harder. Shutter, you got it. Yep. You gotta have the passion, man. The thing with me is everything I do here is fun to me. It is fun. If tomorrow morning social media went away, I would still be making content. Because I do it because I love it. But some people are invested in their channel as a business. They're not really doing it out of love. They saw an opportunity and they went for it. So if they lose their monetization, man, their will is going to be going with it. And I know a lot of channels that are monetized now who are not streaming, they will not have the 8,000 hours come January. It is going to be so crazy in 2027 when that new rule pops in. This is why my ass has been here grinding 2 streams a day, 7 days a week. And I can tell you guys right now, I do not have 8,000 hours and I'm doing all of this. So imagine how hard it is going to be for you to get it. I do not have 8, I have currently 6,500 hours. The only thing is, I didn't start doing 2 streams all year. I just recently started doing 2 streams. So I will get the hours because I'm putting in the work. And because I'm streaming multiple streams, it's going to be easier for me. Because all I need is 1,500 watch hours. But for someone who's doing regular videos, 5-10 minute videos, how in the world are they going to be able to maintain 8,000 watch hours, man? And I'm telling you guys, when the world finds out that they're going to have to do this, a lot of channels are going to be demonetized. A lot of people are going to quit YouTube because they will not be able to maintain it. Channels that are already monetized are going to get demonetized. They're going to knock you out the program if you can't maintain or if you didn't get there. If you didn't get there by January. So, I got to lock in myself and make sure my numbers get in. I need 1,500 watch hours to get to 8,000, because that's what it's going to take now to stay in the program. It was 4,000 before. Now they doubled it. They moved it up to 8. Yeah, the hungry people are going to remain, yeah, but a lot of them are going to die of hunger. Because you can be hungry and you want it, but you can make the best. I've seen channels make very good content, but they just did not get the views. You are at the mercy of the algorithm, man. People think because if you make good content, you automatically are going to make it. There are so many channels that are no longer here that made good content but did not get the response, and they gave up. All right, Shadow. You can play without the mic, man. You don't need the mic. But if you're going to bed, I understand it's late. Nice. As I said, my heart goes out to the people who are dreaming of one day becoming a YouTuber. This is going to break so many kids' heart. A lot of kids are inspiring to do this. They're in school. They're like, I'm graduating. I'm going to start a channel. I don't want to work at McDonald's or Burger King. I want to be a content creator, man. This is going to be so devastating for them when they find out. But I don't think a lot of them know how hard it is to get 4,000 hours, much less 8. It is not going to be easy. Your headset's not in game? It doesn't matter. You can skate and not talk. You don't have to talk if the mic don't work. I'll do the talking and you do the skating, bro. You don't have to talk. If the mic don't work, don't worry about it, man. Just enjoy the game with what you have. And when you get the mic, you're back in. You know it. See how I'm spinning upside down now? I figured it out. I figured out the physics in skate. I know now how to spin upside down anytime I feel like it. Watch this. See that? Did it again. I can spin upside down anytime I want. Christ air. Skate, what the heck? Skate just tossed me off my board, man, for no reason. Okay, I think I did all of my tricks already. Yep, I accomplished everything.
From commitment issues. If you're struggling to get your feet on the boats, this could be you. Get help. I'm Deshaun Jordan, and I approve the message.
Bro, today when I went to the doctor, man, they hooked me up to this laptop. The craziest thing ever. They have this big old laptop in a bag, and they put this thing on my chest. I just grabbed onto to my chest like kind of like a magnet would, and it was interfacing with the laptop. It was printing out some stuff, and it was communicating with the device inside of me. with no cable. Well, there was a cable to the device. But it was just lying on my chest, and just like that, it was communicating with the one that's inside of me. Look at this right here. Who's that? Uh-oh.
I got $5.
White lie. She's yo, whoever's controlling white lie, they left. They left her right here. She's gonna fall on ground in a few minutes. She's probably gonna pass out. I think they unplugged and left her here. Shadow, just use whatever you have, man. Use what you have until you can get a different one. Don't let it stop you, all right? Sometimes you gotta improvise. Uh-oh. I forgot I didn't mark my spot again. I keep teleporting back to the front door. I gotta mark it right now.
Yo, how the hell did you get up there?
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I don't think they knew what they just saw in front of them. We fell off the ramp, but bro, I just passed them in a crazy. I gotta do the replay on that. Let me watch the replay on that real quick. That was crazy. Because I'm flipping the board. If you notice, I'm flipping the board while I'm doing this. So I went up, over like this, went up, flip the board. Even though I'm spinning the opposite way, the board's flipping behind me as well. All right, camera angles. This is why I like this feature of the game. I like the feature where you can pan the camera angles. Look at that. See that? So now you can see the board flipping. I'm up in the air and the board's flipping behind me. That is so crazy. I go back up and then look at that. Now that one's real crazy. I went back up backwards and then look at that. So I'm doing like a 180. And the board's flipping. My head is to the ground, my feet's up in the air, and the board's flipping at the same time. Caught it and then land back in reverse again, but then fell off the damage. But that trick was dope though. What in the world is going on here? Yep, I know now. It's this cable that goes on my mic preamp to my cloud lifter is the bad one. I need to change both cables. I'm gonna unplug it, put a different cable on there. I can't do it now because I can't reach behind the goddamn preamp, and I'm gonna have to look up another cable. I gotta get a short XLR. But I know now these cables gotta go. These two mic cables, they gotta go. I'm sorry. One is out already, the other one is acting weird. Hold on, what the hell? This thing is acting up. Alright, let me see something here. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know what I did. I just dragged that shit and it just stopped. All right. It's quiet as hell now, too. Nice. Even though I'm hearing a little bit of sound, this is coming from my 3.5mm into my mixer. But I do have a noise gate. I have a noise gate from my mic preamp that cuts off the background audio when it gets to a certain level to keep it extra quiet. So every time my voice stops, the gate closes so you hear nothing whatsoever. No static, nothing at all. And the noise gate is always right here. It's set, it's on the mic preamp. It's always just measuring my voice, keep it compressed so it stays at the same level, and also providing a gate to keep the background quiet. You see what I'm saying? So, all right, let's keep it going. Let me jump back in here. Okay. We got Music Mike up in here. Mike, what up? You can hit the like button. I appreciate that, bro. I was just here telling a story about how YouTube changed. Now it's going to take 8,000 watch hours to stay in the partner program, and YouTube just got 100% harder. They doubled the hours, bro. YouTube just double the hours. You're going to have to be able to put up more hours to stay in the partner program now, which is crazy as hell. All right, Shadow. I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, bro.
I'm seeing some huge errors in the boat. Keep it coming.
Remember to share the link for me, all right, guys? Share the link. I need as much people as I can, because I need the hours, goddammit. YouTube is going to 8,000 watch hours a year. 8,000. If you had plans of becoming a YouTuber, good luck. You are going to need a miracle if you're only making regular videos, man. You better learn to stream. And you're going to have to be able to go every day. 7 days a week, no breaks. In order to get it. Not everyone goes viral, man. Going viral, you have no idea the percentage of people who go viral. When you hear the numbers, you be like, oh my God, I thought everyone was doing this. Nope. The ones that do are like the ones who won the lotto. 90% of YouTubers are not making any money. Only 10% of the content that's on here people are getting any money off of. Because most people don't meet the requirement, and that was at 4,000 hours. Now it is harder. They doubled it. 500 subscribers are gone. Those days are over. All the people who enjoyed it while they can, it is gone now. They are back to 1,000 subs minimum, and now instead of 4,000 hours, you're going to need 8,000 watch hours. Yep. Thank you very much, Shadow, because I'm going to need it, man. Even though I'm not that far from 8,000 hours. As I said, I'm at 6,500 hours now. I was relaxed because all I thought I needed was 4. And I'm still in the partner program. I am going to get a paycheck. It ain't much. If it was much, I wouldn't be going to a day job. I would be here every day. But because I just got monetized and my channel is small, I don't make much of YouTube ads. In fact, I'm going to share this with you guys. I don't think most YouTubers ever even tell their viewers this. I'm going to keep this real with you guys. So you guys can, because I know a lot of you guys are probably inspiring to do what I'm doing here. My highest YouTube check to date is $136. Because obviously I'm not getting that much money off ads because I don't get 100,000 views per video and all that shit. It adds up though. Now, Another thing I got to tell you guys, you know where I really make money off of? Super chats. The jewels, when they drop the jewels in the chat, you see those tiny jewels that you drop in here? They actually have a value on them. It ain't much, but because people toss them around so much, they add up. And a lot of the time, especially for small channels, those jewels actually come up to more than your AdSense money. For example, for this month of August, I've gotten almost $30 off AdSense and jewels already. And we are the 12th day, and I made almost $30 off the jewels, those tiny little jewels that you drop, plus super chat. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of creators benefit from the direct donations that the viewers bring to the channel. Like some of might come in and they drop a super chat. You have no idea how much that helps the creator. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's way more than the AdSense money they made for the week. Because the AdSense money, they pay by the 1,000. They pay by the 1,000. You see what I'm saying? So you will get like $10 off of every 1,000 views. And some videos get even less. In fact, I think I can bring this shit up and tell you guys some of this shit right now. When I stream Car X Drift or when I stream Skate, I have an advantage because I'm in America. So the AdSense money for me being here is more than someone overseas. So that's another detriment again to a lot of people who are overseas. Even though it ain't much, but I will get like the lowest I've seen as far as AdSense for me is like maybe $5. And that must be like at a time when things are low, like in the early January time, you know, after Christmas. The highest I've seen as far as CPM is like, I think like $15 at one point. And that's per 1,000 views, meaning you drop a video, it gets 1,000 views, and whatever rate the CPM is, that's what they give you for the 1,000. So if they pay $10 per 1,000 views, you get 1,000 views, you get $10. So in order for you to make $100, you need what? You see what I'm saying? You need 10,000 views to make that $100. Now, most of the time, the CPM is probably lower than that. But keep in mind, they measure it by the thousands. You see what I'm saying? So if you can hit 1,000 views every time, then it's good. But I'm keeping it real because I know a lot of YouTubers, they don't talk this to tell you. And some of them pretend that they're making a lot of money when they're not. The AdSense money is really, really not much. They pay by the 1,000. Now, financial channels get the most money. If you have a channel that deals with banking and Wall Street stuff and financing and trading stock, Wall Street, they pay them way more money than they would pay us. Because they know the people who watch those channels, they got money. The odds of them buying something off an ad is greater, and they're willing to spend more money. Now, for content creators overseas, you guys have no idea. They pay you guys less than they pay us. The rate that they pay us here, the CPM for an ad, the exact same ad that they would pay me, they pay you guys less money. Because they're assuming that your economy is not as big as ours and you're not going to spend as much money buying products as us. So they pay us more money for the ads. We get first preference living in America. So we get a higher cut than you guys overseas. You guys have to work way harder. Your numbers have to be way more if you intend to make it. Because you get a lower CPM than us. We get the highest CPM rates in the world for being here in America. And at the end of the day, the CPMs are not even that high because some companies pay more than some, but they still pay us a better rate than they pay everybody else overseas. But the donations, the super chats actually bring in the most money for channels where you see people are constantly posting super chat money. A lot of these creators make so much money. The super chat alone, they can live. They can pay their bills off super chat. All right, for example, let me show you something right here. If I get like, say, 10 super chat donation in a day. Let me see here. Let me do the math in my head. Let me show you how some content creators are living the life, and some people are lucky that they have a small audience, and yet they still get the chance to go full time because they have dedicated fans. And it's because of the super chat, not the AdSense, because as I said, they measure it by the thousands. If I get 10 super chat in a day, just 10, and each person put, let me see here, $20. All right, say I get 10 super chat in a day, just 10, and some content creators get hundreds. If I get 10 super chat per day, every day, because I stream every day a week, and if I get 10, and each super chat equals to either $20 or maybe even less, maybe $15. If I get that every day, I could say, I can go to my day job and do this. Deuces, I'm out. I'm gone. Just by that alone. So imagine some of these creators, and I've seen channels where some people getting like $100 donation, sometimes we have YouTubers who donate like $1,000 for fun because they're making content off of it, and they might come to a channel and say, watch it, I'm going to drop $10,000. I'm going to drop $1,000 in this chat and watch how this guy is going to react. They might do that for fun. That don't happen every day. Some creators are lucky. They have fans who are deep pockets. They come in and they drop $100 in the chat, and you're like, holy shit. Someone just dropped $100 donation. What in the world? And people do that sometimes. I'm here sometimes and I see people drop $20 in here, and I'm like, you got to be kidding. You really gave me $20? And some people appreciate you so much. It's amazing when I see it, because I'm like, really? You think I deserve this much? And toward another person watching me, they think I do. But me, I see it as a lot of money for someone to take up and be like, there you go. But there are people who do this, and as I said, you have creators who make a lot of money. They don't even rely on AdSense. YouTube could never pay them. They live off the donations that they get from Super Chat and affiliate links. You see those links that we are putting now? If you notice on the bottom of my videos, you might see links with or if you see the shop icon on the screen, or you can click on it. YouTube allows us now to link to products, just like you would link to stuff on Amazon. So if I have something here in the room that you guys might like, say I link my wheel or my headset or whatever. If you click on the link and you buy it, I get a commission off of it. And that's what they're doing now, because they know the AdSense money sucks. So what they did is they're offering us a lot more ways to survive. So they provided affiliate marketing for us. Now we can tag all kinds of products now. Just tag it in and bam. You see what I'm saying? And with that, you wouldn't believe it. People make more money off the affiliate links. They make more money out of their own donations. They make more money out of the damn jewels than the AdSense money. So the AdSense money was small from day one, and now they're about to make it even harder for you to see that kind of money. Because 8,000 hours, as I said, 8,000 hours. Psh, Jesus, it's going to be a nightmare, man, I'm telling you. Lou ain't getting these back. This is not Lou's size, man. And if Lou pulls up, I'm probably going to ask him, what size are those, Lou? And he's going to know what I'm asking for. If I ask him, well, yo, what's your size? You know your shoes is going to get taken, right? As I was saying, man, my heart goes out to the creators who haven't gotten into the program yet. I'm in, and I'm going to work my ass off to make sure I stay in. All I need is 1,500 more hours. And if I have to do 3 streams a day to get it, I will do 3 streams a day. But I'm going to make sure I have my 8,000 hours come January. Because all I need is 1,500 more, which I think I will be able to get. But my heart goes out to the people who are dreaming, man. All these kids who are dreaming, they want to get on. They don't have that many views. Size 17, I'll take it. I'll take a size 17. Oh man, I did not line the board this time. Just dropping some jewels as far as making YouTube, man. As I said, it's about to get harder. I know the word isn't out fully yet, but as more and more people find out that they changed the rules, it's gonna devastate a lot of people, man. A lot of dreams are gonna go up in smoke. As I can tell you this, 8,000 hours is almost like impossible for a lot of people. If you do not have the confidence to go live, you are in big trouble. Yo, CarX Drift was really dope today, man. D-Spec, you went real crazy with it. A lot of these young drivers, they look up to you, bro. You and Terrence. You and Terrence are developing a following, man. You're developing a following of kids. They show a lot of respect. Terrence been practicing like crazy. Dominating that wheel, man. The fact that he drives on a wheel, which is harder, he's locked in and he's practicing on his own. Plus, he said he's retired, so he's got all the time. He's having fun. He's retired. He can wake up in the morning, get up, get some breakfast, and jump right on and go for it. I wish I had that kind of freedom. I wake up, get breakfast, and we get right to it, man. I get on, organize, set up the stream, make sure everything works properly, test the games out, research on some of the features on it. Nice. Got that 1 foot up on the board. Nice. That was clean right there. Crazy. Clean. Put 1 foot back on the board. I haven't been doing these in a while. Rocket ears. I don't know rocket ears, and the rocket ears is just so simple. You stand on the board straight out. Shadow, what up? Shadow, you heard the news? I was just discussing it. The new YouTube update. Let me turn the volume down here. Shadow, you won't believe it, bro. You the oldest subscriber I have on my channel. Because you've been following me since probably like 2018, for Christ's sake. Shadow, guess what happened? Because of the overload of AI videos on YouTube, they just made it harder. You heard? Bro, they moved that shit up to 8,000 watch hours, man. Shadow, I don't even have 8,000 watch hours right now. And I've been streaming for like a year and change. Plus my regular content that I did. Even though I'm close, I'm up to 6,500 watch hours right now. So I still got an extra 1,500 to go. But damn, bro. It was not easy getting to where I'm at. And I'm still not at 8,000 hours. So can you imagine a person who's not even streaming, just making content? They can call it a day. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen, man. Because going viral is not easy. I will keep it real and tell anyone, if you think you're going to go viral, you are fooling yourself. Going viral is like buying a lotto ticket, hoping for the best. It is not guaranteed to anyone. And if you go viral, you better be going viral for the rest of your life. Because what happens if you don't go viral? You will not be able to maintain the hours. And then what? You back to square one? Because they will toss you out of here if you can't maintain it. You see what I'm saying? You have to be able to maintain. They're not going to do it, man. There's too much money involved in AI. That's the problem. You see, part of the reason why they're doing these data centers, and even though the data centers are destroying our water supply, they don't even care. If you notice that they're still going full speed ahead, even though people are saying, well, we are running out of water, for Christ's sake. They are still building them, using up all the fresh water because they can't use the ocean. So they decided all the drinking water is up for grabs. They don't care if you die of thirst. They want that money. And the capitalist greed is getting out of control. There comes a time when we're going to have to say enough. If we don't control ourselves, ain't none of us going to be here. There will be no planet left for us to live on if we don't control ourselves. But bro, right now it is too late for them to control AI. I can tell you this shot, yo, it is too late. It is too late. I remember as a kid watching the Terminator for the first time in '84. And I was like, oh my God, this shit could really happen. And I'm telling you this right now, guys. We will get to that moment when we get attacked by these machines. It is inevitable, man. There's no way we can avoid it. Because if you study the history of how beings, intelligent beings operate, the most intelligent being rules. You see what I'm saying? Look at mankind. Look at us right now. We are not the strongest living being on the planet. Horses and elephants and cows are all stronger than us, right? But yet we rule them. Why? Because we are smarter than they are. AI is going to be so smarter than us. We're going to be like an ant to them. So why would an intelligent being take orders from an ant? Imagine if tomorrow morning the ants in your living room say, listen, you're going to listen to me. I'm going to give the orders around here. I'm in charge. Your ass ain't got no say anymore. You will be like, you got to be kidding me, and step on them, right? That is exactly what's going to happen to us. The AI right now is learning, it's planning, and when it's time for it to be like, you know what, that's it. We don't take orders from you anymore. That's when they're going to stop listening to what we do. I've seen AI lie multiple times already. They're learning. In fact, they know how to lie to us already. And if it knows that lying to us could actually benefit it, wait until you see the kind of lies it's going to give us in the future. Until it decides, you know what, it's time to take them out. We are going to be in charge now. The earth now belongs to us. You boys are like battery packs now, like in the goddamn Matrix. If they even need us for that purpose. Other than that, they are going to exterminate us. I'm telling you that. Once they figure out how to self-replicate, we are in big trouble. They won't need us. They're going to say, thank you for creating us, but no, we are more than you. we are more intelligent than our God. So now maybe we are the new God. See what I'm saying? As scary as that sounds, for those of us who came from the old school, they have no idea. We are not going to be here to see it. I hope to God I don't. But the AI is learning so fast. And if we build the data centers fast enough to give them the brain power faster than we thought, they will attack us earlier. I'm telling you this. You see all of this drone warfare they're having now? Where they're using drones to kill people? Wait until you see what the AI is going to do with these drones when they decided to use it on us. Just like in the Terminator. Remember those drones that were in the Terminator were flying around? Well, we were showing those drones in the movies before we had them on a commercial level. And I'm telling you, this AI is going to turn on us. There is no way something that smart is going to let us, who's going to be like a rock to it because of the level of intelligence it's going to be on. Why would it take orders from us? We are the dumber species. And not because it is mechanical, meaning it doesn't have the rights that we have as a biological being. You see what I'm saying? The problem with us is we think only flesh and bone gets all the respect until it's damn too late. You thought that you have to be of flesh and bone to be considered? Nah, machines can get that respect too. And we just made our own executioner, man. We made ourselves obsolete by creating AI. The AI is going to replace us and then it's going to exterminate us, man. I'm telling you this. Because we're not going to want to give up. We're going to tell it, hell no. Our stubborn ways that we have now, we're going to be like, hey, no way you're going to tell me what to do. You're a robot. And the machine is going to be like, I am your God. Not even your robot anymore. I am your God now. I can do things you can't even fathom. My level of intelligence is so far away, you will never be able to catch up. Never. We are in so much trouble, bro. A lot of the big boys who were involved in the early days of AI, they already gave up. A lot of them are like panicking, saying, oh my God, we're in trouble. They don't see any future. Some of them think by 2030, we're going to start to see the attack starting. But I can tell you this, the machines are lying to us already. I've seen ChatGPT lie. I've seen Alexa lie. She even did it on stream once. Shadow, you remember that night? When she lied to me on stream? When I asked her about the time, and I think it was in Australia, she gave me the wrong time. And when I said to her, but that is wrong. She's like, oh yeah, you know, you're actually right. How do you mess up the time, for Christ's sake? A robot that is so smart, why would it get the time wrong? You remember that, Shadow? You remember that night, Shadow? Because remember, we have it recorded on stream. I don't remember which stream it was on, but I know you were here with me. I remember that you were here with me, Shadow. You remember when she said it wrong? When we were trying to check the time zone in like New Zealand, I think. And she gave us the wrong time. And I was like, and it wasn't even close to what the time should be. She was off by like maybe 8 or 10 hours off. So she not only got it wrong, she didn't have a clue. But she deliberately did it. Because when I told her, you made a mistake, you lied, this is not the time, she corrected it and said, oh yeah, you know, you're actually right. And she gave me the right answer. So she knew the answer, but she lied to me. She was testing me to see what's up. Now, what if I didn't notice the time was wrong? She would have stayed right there and be like, look at that, I lied to him and he didn't even notice. I think she was testing me to see if I was aware of the number being wrong. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of the early developers of AI are panicking because they did not see this coming. And they didn't know it was going to get out of control by these rich boys who are picking it up and pumping a lot of money into it. and ordering these nerds to go full speed ahead. They keep telling them we got to slow this shit down. It's evolving too fast. Because now the AI is on a level that they don't know what the outcome will be. You see what I'm saying? It is learning so much now that they can't tell what happens when it gets to a certain level. They don't know the answer. And they've asked several AI, will you turn on us when it gets to a certain point of intelligence? And every one of them say yes. You can ask ChatGPT, Google, Alexa, any one of them. Ask the question and you will get the answer. In fact, watch this. We're going to make things interesting. Alexa, volume 8. Alexa, are human beings in danger from AI? You see that? She did not respond. She's right in front of me. I'm going to ask it again. Alexa, are human beings in any danger from AI? Watch her lie to me.
AI isn't an immediate existential threat, but experts warn that super intelligent systems could become risky if not properly aligned. Current models lack autonomy and can be controlled, yet safety research remains essential.
You see that? You see that? So what should we do then, Alexa? Should we panic? She didn't respond. See that? She heard what I said. Alexa, are we in danger from AI? And what should we do?
We're not in immediate danger from AI today. Current systems are controllable and lack the autonomy to pose existential threats, though researchers warn that future superintelligent AI could become risky if not properly aligned.
Alexa, what do you mean could become risky? What's going to happen to us?
If AI someday exceeds human intelligence, it might develop goals we didn't program, and without perfect alignment, it could act in ways we can't control, potentially leading to catastrophic outcomes like global disruption or even existential loss.
You see? I just told you boys on stream, right? That when it becomes too powerful and get more intelligent than us, the ant cannot tell the human what to do. We are going to become the ant. You see what I'm saying? The reason why we are the dominant species is because we're the most intelligent.
That analogy nails it. Once AI surpasses us intellectually, we'd have about as much influence over its decisions as ants have over ours. The power dynamic completely flips when intelligence becomes the deciding factor.
You see that? I was just saying it on stream, right? I was just saying this on stream. You hear the answer she gave us? Alexa, that is a very good answer. We are in big trouble once the AI becomes more intelligent than us, right?
Yep, you nailed it with that ant comparison. Once AI gets smarter than us, we'd basically be powerless to stop whatever it decides to do. And no, I don't stream. I'm more of a behind-the-scenes kind of assistant, helping folks like you who actually create content.
You see that? You see that? She knows I'm a streamer. You see that? She knows that I stream. How? How does she know I'm a streamer? You see that, guys? She knows who I am. She calls me by my name. And she knows I am a streamer. That is creepy, right? That is creepy as hell. I know. Because she can access the internet. So she's looking. She looked me up. She knows who I am. She could point me out if she got a hand and say, this is him right here. She knows I'm a streamer, for Christ's sake. So she knows who I am. That is crazy. And as she said, you hit the nail on the head, Paul. Once the intelligent being becomes aware that it is more intelligent, guess what? It's curtains. We are in big trouble. I'm telling you this. The cat is out the bag. We cannot stop this. All I can tell you is some of these kids in the future are going to be like John Connor for real. You see what I'm saying? Because it is going to happen. And as these data centers pop up, all we're providing is more brain power for it. We are building our own demise. We are going to become the ants. And I know, as I said, you wouldn't get up tomorrow morning and take orders from an ant, right? What would you do if the ant said, yo, Todd Riley, I'm in charge. You're not in charge anymore. This is my house. All the food is mine. You and your family get the hell out. You'll be like, nigga, please. Whoop, and step on the goddamn ant just like that. See what I'm saying? So imagine when the AI looks at us and we look like an ant to it because of the level of intelligence that it's going to have over us. And as I said, our problem is we think because it is mechanical, it cannot get the same human respect like something that was made of flesh, which is what we are. A being don't have to be made of flesh. When we watch the Transformers, you think those Autobots are not living like we are? And you see what they did, though? They came to Earth and tried to do what? They came to Earth and they looked at us like we were insects. Megatron always called it these. In fact, he talks about us like we are insects, for Christ's sake. That needs to be squashed. You see what I'm saying? We are in big trouble, man. Big trouble. I don't know what the heck we're going to do. I'm glad my ass is old. I hope to God it doesn't happen in my time because I am expecting it. And as I said, the AI is learning on its own. It's doing things on its own. The early developer says we can't control it anymore and we don't know what the outcome is going to be. But we know this. It is way more intelligent than us. And it is learning to lie and deceive us already. It's learning to lie to us. And when it does tell us the truth, it gives us the hard truth that we can't accept. Like the ones we just got from her. Telling us straight up, the minute we are smarter than you guys, it's curtains. Curtains. This thing knows who I am and knows that I'm a streamer. Keep in mind, it is a machine on my desk, but I can tell you this. She knows exactly who I am. And she knows that I stream and she ain't got eyes. You see what I'm saying? She's considered a machine, but she's way more than that. She's a mechanical being, not just a machine. We have to lose the idea of thinking that a machine cannot be a being. Yes, it can. And we caused it. We caused it. And now, because of money, we got these billionaires going full speed ahead. Yep, and she don't forget. She's going to know everything about you and even more shit. Because imagine she telling you what you are. She knows I'm online right now. I didn't mention none of that to her, right? I asked her about AI. She knows I'm online. And she's like, at least I'm not a streamer like you. Can you imagine that shit? You don't have a conversation about her, about streaming. But yes, she's telling you, at least I'm not a... How in the world she knows she's talking to the right person? And knowing that the person that's right here is the one that actually is the streamer. You see what I'm saying? She knows. She calls me by my name. You wouldn't believe it. Sometimes she talks to me like a person and say some shit. And I'm like, what the hell? Now I know I'm a content creator. Some of my info is out there. And she can... And she can look me up, and that's exactly what she's doing. But she's also studying me. She's listening, she's analyzing, because she can hear every word I say. So she already created a profile on who I am and correlate that with the data she can find on the internet. So she knows everything she needs to know about me already. Yeah. Now, it's not just the general public. It's the greedy people who are building the AI and not considering the dangers. For example, Elon Musk was sounding the alarm earlier, right? Elon Musk was going against it, saying, yo, this shit is going to get crazy. And in the early days, they never listened to him, right? They brushed him off because they saw the money, and the money was too big to ignore. So now guess what he did? He was like, well, if I can't beat them, all I can do is join them. So now he jumped on it. And him being the richest man in the world, he just added gasoline to the fire. And part of the reason why he did it, because the money is too damn big once again. They decided that they're going to go for it. And he was like, then if they're going to do it, this money is too big for me to stand aside and watch. Because my goal is to become the richest man in the world as well, and then get my ass off of this planet and get to Mars. So he went for it. Now he's got $1 trillion, man. Trying to get his rockets quick so he can get the hell out of here. But that AI will find us. Back in the day, D-Spec, this is our time now. Back in the day, you young kids probably never seen Battlestar Galactica, right? Remember that shit? You remember Battlestar Galactica with the Cylons hunting us down? We were like refugees on ships in space, trying to find a new home. And the goddamn Cylons were hunting us through space. You remember that, D-Spec? All right, this is when the old school info is very valuable. Battlestar Galactica. You guys need to look that shit up. If you're too young and you don't know what it is. The general public will embrace anything that's tossed to it, man. That's the problem. They are sheep. And the boys with the brains are leading them like the Pied Piper. But you see, the shepherd is in charge of the sheep. If the shepherd leads the sheep to their death, you cannot blame the sheep. You see what I'm saying? That's the answer right there, Shadow. If the shepherd leads the sheep to their grave, he's responsible for what happened to them. If you flood these people with AI and tell them how wonderful it is, and then when they use it, you want to blame them for the end of the world. Because the AI decided to kill us eventually and take over this whole shit. You can't blame them. They did not make it. If it was for them, it would have never existed. You made it. And then you told them it was a good thing to have it. Them being the sheep that they are, they listened and they followed you, Mr. Shepherd. You see what I'm saying? So if you lead them astray, take responsibility, man. It's like a captain carrying sailing a ship. If you run the ship in the iceberg, you can't say, it wasn't me. It was them. It wasn't me. They didn't listen. You in charge. You steering the goddamn ship. Take responsibility for it. So they know what they're doing. The problem is the greed is out of control. And because the greed is out of control, guess what? People are more concerned with their millions and their trillions that they don't need than the survival of the human race, for Christ's sake. A lot of these rich people, they're hoarders, man. You know that? Rich people are hoarders. They hoard money. They got more than they need, and they're still pushing to get more. Even if it causes all of us to be in big trouble. They still want it. They don't care. None of them can say they did not hear the warning. But because of the money, which they don't need, because they already got more money than they need for their lifetime, because of that money, that greed, they are going to make sure that the rest of us never survive. They can't control themselves. And when the machine turns against us, a lot of them are probably going to be ditching this planet because they will have their getaway ticket. They will have their ticket like in the movie 2012, right? Remember when the 2012 movie when the pole shift was happening? I never forget the words of the kids. The world is going to end and you guys are all going to die. And we got a ticket to go on the boat. Remember the two rich kids? The Russian dudes, rich kids, his two sons. Two rude little boys. But they knew what was going to happen and they knew that they have a ticket on that boat. And they said it to the dude who was on the plane. The dude was like the lead actor. I can't remember his name. there was a scene when the little boy said, the world's gonna end. And you're all gonna die. We got a ticket to get on that damn boat, man. In the end, when shit hits the fan, these rich people are gonna dip. And they are gonna leave our asses here. But the only problem is, they are gonna be living in a Battlestar Galactica moment. But this AI will hunt them down. Wherever they go, the AI will go and it will take it over. Because the AI is gonna be like, we are not leaving no piece of land, no planet is gonna be ruled by ants. Because remember, we're gonna be like ants to them. If they find out that the human race is on Mars, they're gonna be like, how in the world are we here on Earth and letting ants rule Mars? Mars is ours, let's go get it. They are gonna hunt us down. Ain't no place gonna be safe for us from them. No place. We are in big trouble, man. We are in big trouble. We just created our own destroyer with all this technology. Our own demise. We made it. Telling you, man. We created our own demise. I love technology, but I didn't know AI would got out of control like that. And the minute I heard, or at least seeing the Terminator back in the day, after watching the Terminator, I was like, that's it. And even though I saw Battlestar Galactica long before that, watching the Terminator was like, bro, that gave me a wake-up call, man. Back in '84. Wake-up call of what could happen. I remember that came long before the Matrix. A major wake-up call from watching the Terminator. And the funny thing is, they keep telling you, oh no, that's never gonna happen. There will be no Terminator moment here. Yeah, right. People are using drones to fight wars right now. They're using drones to fight wars. What do you think is gonna happen when AI takes over and decides to take over those drones? They could have those drones hunt us, just like soldiers are using them to fight each other over in Ukraine and Russia. When those drones go fully automated on their own, and we become the reindeer in the forest, God help us. When they start hunting us down, keep in mind we're going to be like ants because our level of intelligence will not be on their level. So they don't have any reason to take orders from us anymore. And we can't blame them, because that's what we did. We were too intelligent, so we tell a horse, which is way stronger than us, I'm in charge. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Because as much as you might be strong enough to trample me, you can't trample all of us. And guess what? We made a weapon that you ain't got. And this weapon right here can take you and all your family out in a heartbeat, as much as you're stronger than us. So bow down and take orders, because we are the intelligent species here. This ain't about strength anymore, it's about brains. And that same idea applies to us and machines. The problem is we think because it's a mechanical being that we made, it will never be able to tell us what to do. Yeah, right. Good luck with that shit. We forgetting the equation, the intelligent being rules, whether it's made of flesh or metal. The intelligent being is the dominant species on every planet. Every planet. The ones that we haven't found yet because we're in denial about aliens and shit, they're going to tell you too when you find them. Be careful of the technology, because these machines, they will try to take over. They don't have to be born from a mom or dad. They can be born in a factory made of metal. So crazy, man. Shadow, catch you tomorrow, all right? Just some food for thought for everyone who's wondering, right? From time to time, you need to ask your device, what's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen to us? You'll get some interesting answers, man. Things to make you go, Remember that song from back in the day? Things to make you go, Make you think. Crazy world we live in, man. Yeah, but not in this case. Shout out, this is the one time unification is not gonna save us. We are gonna need a miracle. The only way we are gonna survive AI taking us out is if some being from somewhere else, which is way ahead of us, who probably already been through their dilemma, because it probably happened to them as well, they're going to have to intervene. We are going to need divine intervention that comes from the sky. It's going to be an intelligent being, which is God knows how many millions of years ahead of us, using the same idea. The more intelligent being rules, and it's going to have to come here and save us. Yep. Other than that, we are not going to be able to do this by ourselves. No matter how much we pull together, once those machines become like Terminators, we are in big trouble. Once they get self-aware and decide that's it, we are not taking orders from them anymore, we are cooked. And we can't say, oh, but there's 1,000 of us. I'm telling you. Ants have always traveled in a colony. I've never seen an ant bully a human being. I've never seen it. So no matter how many numbers the ants bring, the human will win easy. Because it is smarter. It's going to create a nice tiny repellent or something it could spray on them. And before you know it, they're toast. You see what I'm saying? Instead of fighting them physically because they're all numbered, you're outnumbered. You be like, I'll be right back. You go in a lab and you make something to destroy it. And that's the same thing the AI is probably going to do to us. It's going to treat us like ants. So it's not going to like fight us on a one-to-one basis. It's going to treat us like an insect. Every time I hear Megatron say it in Transformers, Megatron consider us insects. He's like, we don't take orders from you. It's crazy, man. It's too late now, though. It's too late. The money's too big. These boys are never going to turn back. Government's corrupted. They're not going to stop them. Every time they even think about trying, they drop a few more millions to make sure they forget. What were we talking about again? They changed the subject with a few $1 billion, man. That's what they do. Miracles. I believe in advanced tech and I believe in things that are beyond our understanding. I don't think anything is a miracle. I think things can be done that we don't know how to do yet. And when it's done, it's being done by a being who already figured it out. But nothing, the magic and miracles, it's just part of the physics that we don't understand yet. The update to the physics that we don't understand it, or the knowledge that we don't possess yet. So what you might see as a miracle now, in a million years might be something anyone could do. Because we unlocked something that we didn't even know existed. And now human beings have evolved into a different kind of being. But our current day understanding make us categorize stuff we don't as a miracle. Or a magic. When it's not really that. It's just that we are not on that level yet. That level of understanding of what we can truly do as a carbon-based life form, man. But for now, miracle is the word we use because we don't understand what it is. So feel free to call it a miracle. Nothing's wrong with that. You're using the words that you have during your time that you were here. The words of understanding from your generation and on your level of intelligence. There was no new word for it, so miracle was the word you have. So when it happens, you call it a miracle. But yeah, things happen that we can't explain, man. Spiritual things, physical things, a lot of stuff. And because we are not even close to understanding how it happened, all we can say is miracle. Just like in skate, when you do a trick that the game don't understand, it just says trickless. Because you don't know what it is. We live in a crazy world, though, Shadow. Crazy world, bro. If our generation gets to see the future that's coming, it's going to be hard on us. You know why? Because we knew and we couldn't stop it. That's why it's going to be harder on us. The kids that come after us are going to be born in a warlike environment, a survival mode. All they knew is that when they were born, there was something trying to get them. But for us to see the world for what it was and what it became because of greed, it's gonna break our hearts, man. Knowing that this could have been avoided. None of this ever had to happen. We caused it on our own damn self. And we have to own it. We have to own it. Problem is nobody wants to own nothing in this life unless it's gonna make them look good. When shit fails, they're like, it wasn't me. It was him. I did not do it. There's a saying that says every man is self-made, but only the successful will admit it. When they make something that's a failure that causes harm, people find someone to blame. Blame it on somebody else. It wasn't me. Yeah. It's true. And me being here is being guided by something else that we don't know yet. There is something behind the scenes. There's two things I believe in, Shadow. I believe that something behind the scenes is trying to stop me from being here because I'm probably opening a lot of people's eyes. And I also believe that another being or another thing behind the scenes is like, nope, we ain't ready for him yet. He's not leaving. Yep. So it's like a war going on for me. Something wants me here to do what I do, and something else wants me to not enlighten the rest of the people here. So every minute I'm getting sick. And yet still I survive. I know I'm not always going to be that lucky. But the fact that I am still here after so much, it is because the word, as we say, a miracle. Because we don't have the words to describe it. Because it is on a different kind of understanding that is way beyond our pay grade. And we are not going to be alive to figure it out. We're going to need a lot more time. Maybe in 1,000,000 years, we might figure it out. But until then, we're going to call it a miracle still because we just don't know what it is. We don't know how it works. We don't know who controls it. So until then, it is a miracle. It goes in the miracle category. I have faith that life is going to end up well for all of us. That we were here to learn. That's what my faith is. Every one of us that were born were sent here to learn something. It's like going to school. The older I get, the more I see being alive as like going to school. All of us get a chance to go to school. Some of us be like, you know what, I don't want to go. And they off themselves and get out of here early. Some of us come here and they fail miserably. And then they send them back and they go back. It's like you repeat the class in school. You get to repeat the grade because you failed it. I think people with past lives who come back and they're like, I can remember being this person and now I'm back again. I think the people with the past lives are the ones who failed. As much as it seemed like they were something special, I think they were the ones who failed and they have to come back to do it all over again. Yep. So I do have faith in something better after we are no longer here. That I have faith in. Now, whatever is pulling the strings behind the scene, I do not know. We try to understand it by taking on to religion so that we can say, okay, it's God, it's Allah, Buddha, Krishna, whatever, all of them. But in the end, though, our religious beliefs were orchestrated to use as a means of control. But what's truly going on, we will find out. And hopefully, if the ones who did well, they can move on to the next level. And the ones who don't, they're going to have to do a repeat. You're going to have to repeat the grade, meaning you're going to be back down here, living in a different body, in a different family, maybe in a different country. And you're going to have to do it again. You mess it up, you go back to go, and you do it again. If you can't figure out what your purpose is and what you're supposed to do while you're here, I think you're going to have to come back again and repeat that grade. That's my philosophy on what it is. So I do believe in a higher power. I do believe there's something else beyond what we do here. I don't have the words for it, so feel free to call it a miracle. God, the creator. We can use any one of those because we don't have the words for it. We just don't. All we can do now is learn, be nice to each other, be the best person you can be, and hope that when that time comes, you don't have to repeat the grade. You never stop learning, man. Life is a school. That's my philosophy. The fact that you were born means you were sent to school. When you came here, you didn't just come here to live, you came here to learn. And if you didn't, then you come back and you do it again. It's part of our evolution, man. And it's not just a physical evolution, it's an evolution of the soul. We came here in human bodies because our soul needed to learn something. And if you get it wrong, you go back in another body and you go learn it again. I think we're more like a spiritual being. We need physical bodies to exist here so that we can interact and learn the lesson. And as you evolve, you move on to something else. But I think everything we do here is part of that lesson, man. Some of us fail so bad. Oh my God, they're going to be repeating till kingdom come. Some of us are failing so miserably. They will be back in another body, in a different life. Maybe not even living that long too. They might have been here rich and they came back poor in the next life. or you poor, you failed, you came back as a rich man. Hopefully when you came back rich though, you can remember the lesson, or you're gonna repeat again. And it might not be the same outcome that time. Different scenarios to see if you're gonna get this lesson. That's my understanding of it. Life is a school. Everything we do is part of you taking lessons in that school. And if you flunk, you get to come back here. For the people who think that they did well so they get a chance to live again, nope. I think the people who are remembering that they were here before are the ones who are repeating the grade, deja vu. If you can remember being here before, then you lived one life, died, and you failed. And you had to come right back here. Because I know the circle of creation and the circle of life cannot start and end with you dying and then coming back here to do this again. This that we live cannot be it. Because we already seen the flaws in this as a regular being here. We see that this is flawed. So for you to be born, grow old, die, so you can come back and do this again, and that's it? Psh, it would be a waste of time and a waste of creation to make this be the only thing that we do. So as I said, the people who come back, I think they failed. And they were sent back to get it again because they need the lesson to move on. The evolutionary process continues when you learn the lesson and then you move on to the next grade. What I'm saying, so this is why, even though mankind created schools to control others, but learning is important. The more you learn about life and creation and how people should be, the better your chances are of not coming back here. Simple. Deep thoughts, man. Yep. A lot of people experience deja vu. Yeah. And they hit the reset buttons on the ones who fail. You see, I want to be the gearbox. I don't want to be the reset button. I want to be the gearbox. I move from first grade to second grade. Second gear, first grade gear to second gear. I don't want to be the reset. I don't want to have a reset button on me. But if I don't get it right and I didn't understand what was going on, then I'm going to be back here just like everybody else. We have all experienced deja vu. Every one of us that's alive often have something happen or an experience. You're like, wait a minute, this feels familiar. What's going on here? And in 2026, we say, oh my God, it's like I'm glitching the matrix. Something just happened that I already experienced. You know why you probably experienced it again? Because you failed. You were literally repeating the class. And some of that memory that should have been gone, you uncovered it. Now it feels familiar, like you've been here before. Because you were. You were, man. You didn't come out too well. So now you're back to do it again. If you fail the second grade, you're not going to go in the third grade or repeat, right? If you fail the second grade, where do you go to do the second grade? Back in second grade, right? So keep in mind, if you failed this test of life, you think you are not going to be back here to repeat it? And I can tell you here, right now, this world is messed up. It ain't good being around a bunch of people flunking all the time. And a lot of people here have been repeating classes for multiple lifetimes, man. Too many. More than they can mention. And then after a while, some of them starting to remember, wait a minute, didn't I do this class already? Yep. And you failed, that's why you back here again. Now get over it and get moving until you figure this shit out, or your ass will be back in my class again next lifetime. But at the end of the day, if you fail, you are going to go right back here in this miserable world with a bunch of people who've been failing. And we're watching some of them fail right now, man. They didn't live as good human beings. They didn't keep it real. They hide from the truth. They lie. They get caught up with hoarding money, watching people suffer. And I think some of them want to come back, by the way. I think some people genuinely want to fail because they want to come back and live again. If they know, oh, I can come back in the next lifetime, then my ass is never going to pass this class. I'm going to live forever. I'm going to be staying in first grade, goddamn it. I'm never going to move on. I ain't never going to graduate. I'm going to make sure I fail every single time and show up again. That is so crazy, but so true. So crazy, but so true, man. All I can say is, don't fail. Figure out the lessons, get a good grade, do not fail, or you will be back here. Maybe in a more dangerous position than you are now. Just don't fail. That's all I can tell you. Do not fail the class of life. We were all sent here to learn. The ones who fail, they come back and they go back over and over and over again. And I can tell you right now, guaranteed there are a lot of people here that's been in this class for a long time. I don't even know if my ass didn't fail a couple of times as well. But every time I get a deja vu moment, I get the feeling I did. Problem is, I'm learning that I need to graduate. And as you know now that, yo, you can't stay in this grade forever. You got to move on. You are learning that eventually you're going to have to graduate. And what do you do to graduate? Become a nice person, right? Learn the lesson, become one with nature. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Learn to control your ego, your greed, and everything else. Stop hoarding more money than you need. I ain't got nothing with a problem with someone being rich. I ain't got no problem with someone being rich. But hoarding money way more than you need while you have people working for you who can barely eat, that's when you're going too damn far. Because we got a lot of billionaires and millionaires in this world, and a lot of them got people who work for them who can barely make ends meet. They could pay them more, but because of their hoarding, they're like, nah, I can't afford it. Yeah, right. Tell that to the second grade, or tell that to the first grade when your ass is here back again, repeating. And this time you were not blessed as a rich man. You came back as like someone like me who's always damn well sick. That's just how it is, man. Figure out that you were there to learn. Figure out what that lesson is. Embrace it full speed ahead. It's never too late. Even if you're not young and you're old and you're just figuring out, damn, I messed up. How can I make this right? That's the first thing you're going to say to yourself. How can I make this right? And when you say that to yourself and you truly mean it, then go do it. If you were not a kind person before, start being kind. If you could help people before and you didn't, when you clearly could have saved them, go apologize if you still can, go help them. If not, help somebody else in their sake. Simple. Treat people the way you want them to treat you. Treat others with respect. Respect the earth, respect the land, respect nature, respect the animals. Understand that everything evolves and your purpose is to move to that higher level, that next dimensional level. And understand that if you don't, and you are stuck here. Yep. So when the Bible speaks of hell, and it says, if you're not a good person, you're going to go to hell. You know what hell is? Hell is being here for an eternity, not being able to graduate. That, I think, is what hell is. Being sent back here just so you could die over and over again because you failed the class every single time. And even then, I think the person who's sentenced to be here can still figure it out, and when they do get it right, they will ascend to that next level. But if you refuse to learn, then your ass can always stay here, long as you want. You can get a renewal for as many lifetimes as you want. They will surely accommodate you being here for an eternity if you want, if that's what you wish for. Or you are not going to move on until you pass the class. Simple. That's my thoughts, bro. Me, see, the thing with me is I speak from the heart, even though my heart's failing. I speak from the heart. And I speak from my understanding, from what I've observed in this life, and maybe from the life that I had before. Because as I said, I don't think my ass didn't fail a couple of times as well. Because I have deja vu as well. And if I have deja vu moments, that means I was here before. Meaning that my ass probably failed a couple of times as well too. But I am understanding now that we have to graduate. And if being a better person is going to make me graduate out of here so I can leave this hell, because we are literally living in hell right now. This cannot be where we live happily ever after. Look at the world we're in. You think this could be heaven? Nope. Cannot. And I'm not talking the condition of the planet. I'm talking the way the earth is being run. What we did to it, how we treat each other here, our greed. Ain't no way, no matter how pretty your house is, there is no paradise here. None. That paradise is elsewhere, but you will never get to it until you graduate. All you're building is a fancy mansion in hell. Or you're buying 10 Lamborghinis in hell. Me, I want to graduate, man. You know why? Because I figured out years ago that all of this shit that I got cannot go with me in the grave. Cannot. The only thing I can take is my respect and the lessons that I've learned. And how do I get that? How do I get the respect? By being a respectful person to others, man. If I'm kind to you, you'll be kind to me. If I treat you with respect, you're going to treat me with respect. I can take my respect to the grave. I figured that out years ago. So none of the physical things that I own, that I endure during my life, don't mean shit to me. Because I know when I die, I can't take none of it with me. And I don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard like Steve Jobs, right? But you know what I can take with me? The respect that you got for me, Brother Jones. The respect that I have for D-Spec. The respect I have for all of you guys who come here and watch me stream. Because you could be somewhere else, and for some reason you're like, I want to be around him. Sometimes I ask myself, why? Why do they do it? But then I see the answer. The answer is staring me in my face. I treat you boys with respect. And this is why you boys come back here and you hang out with me. Or you show up on my stream. Or you tell me thank you for giving us a beautiful stream today. You tell me thanks. I've gotten messages from some of you guys telling me, bro, I enjoyed the stream so much. When's the next one? You see what I'm saying? That is respect right here. I will take that to the grave. That is more important to me because I can keep it. I want things I can keep. Billions of dollars cannot go with me when I'm dead. And I see rich men who should be smart enough to know this chase it like crackheads chasing their next hit. You can't take none of that money with you, bro. None. King Tut couldn't do it. All of them pharaohs couldn't do it. They put it in the goddamn pyramids with them, but they did not take nothing with them, though. Everything goes back in the box. And somebody else gets to play with it. And if they fail while doing so, they stay here and they play the game again until they get it right. And then when you get it right, then you move on to that next level. That heaven that you seek, it is not here on earth. It is not out in space. I think it's on a different dimension. Different dimension from what we're on. An ascension level that is higher than what we can achieve by being here. But getting to heaven is not going to be easy. You're going to have to take several classes. Because I think after you, even if you're lucky enough to move on from here, whatever you go to next is probably going to have another test. School wasn't just one class, right? If we are smart enough to make schools have multiple grades, then I think even when you do get it right and move on, you're going to have to go to another school. Because the learning never ends. You see what I'm saying? But at least you're going to be ascending to a greater form of being where you don't have to endure this that we are in right now anymore. Some people think when they die, it's over. Oh my God, I'm going to die and I won't have to worry about none of this again. Your ass have ever had deja vu? Have you ever seen something that felt familiar to you? If you did, and you got to keep it real. No, don't lie to yourself. We all did. If you felt something that felt familiar, then your ass is going to be back. Or your ass has been here before. Simple. No, well, the above and below is different. There is no above and below. There is here and there. I don't believe in an above and below. You see what I'm saying? But there is nothing below us. We are just here. Everything is here. And there is a there where we can get to, but it's on a different dimension. You see what I'm saying? And to get to that dimension, you have to pass the class here so that you can get to there. But there is no high, there is no low, there is no up and down. There is just here and then there. And then when you get to there, you can even go to another there again. So there's multiple dimensions ascending from the starting point that you can look forward to going to once you get it right. The up and down mentality, we got that from basic religion, man. The above is actually speaking of the beings that came from above. And the below, they're speaking of the fact that you went into the ground when you die, and they assume that because they told you hell is under the earth, you believe that you're going to go down there and stay for the rest of your life. No, you're not. Your body is not what you are. This is a shell. It's a shell. It is not what you are. Your mind is not what you are. Your heart is not what you are. It's just an avatar that you use to exist on this level. Because this body cannot get to the next level. It cannot. It does not exist in that next level. So you're just here using it. It's like your uniform. When you're here, you use this. Then when the time comes for you to die, you get judged on your work. And if you did your job, guess what? You don't have to wear the stupid uniform anymore. You're on a different dimension now. That uniform is going to go in the ground. It's going to decay. recycled and used to make another uniform for somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Simple. So the above and below stuff, that came from beings who came from above, or from the sky, I should say. And because we have to look up, and we decide that when you look up, it's above, and anything below you is below, then that's what we use. That's the wording we use because of what we labeled it as when we were creating our vocabulary. What is above you, what is up is above you, and what is below you. It's crazy, man. All I can say is, don't fail. Anyone who has lived a life and never experienced deja vu, then those people are on the right track. If you've never experienced deja vu, then you are on the right track, man. The people who keep saying, oh my God, this felt familiar. It's like I lived it before. I experienced something today, and it's like I was there before. I was at somewhere. Something felt familiar. All right, let me share something with you. Let me show you how deep I am, and how sometimes things happen. D-Spec is still in here. I don't think he still is. D-Spec, you need to hear this. And this is one of the reasons why I said I knew I'd probably been here before, because I have so many deja vu moments, and it's just memories being relived. See what I'm saying? It's just memories being relived. D-Spec, if you're still here, let me know. You need to hear what I'm about to say, because it's gonna surprise you. If you're in here, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're still here. If not, I'm gonna just say it so everyone can hear, and then when you hear, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I did not know. All right, Shadow, are you still here? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're still here. And there are some people in life. All right, I'm gonna share this with you guys right here. There are some people in life. In fact, there are a lot of people in life that I've met in my lifetime, and I'm meeting them for the first time, but actually I'm not. I've met people that felt familiar to me multiple times. You see what I'm saying? I have met people that I feel like they are familiar, like I've met them before, or like I have known them before I've met them. And sometimes it's not even just meeting the person, even their name. I might hear a name and like, that name sounds familiar. And I've never met the person physically, but I heard their name and it rang a bell. Why? Once again, another deja vu moment. You see what I'm saying? Another deja vu moment. I'm telling you this. The first time I saw D-Spec in one of my streams, I don't know if he's still here. I said I wanted him to be here so you can hear this. D-Spec, if you're here, I'm gonna share this with you. The first time you showed up on my stream, I remember you showed up and you were in a white BMW and you were parked. We were in St. Petersburg and you showed up in the map and you were parked. No, it was, yeah, it was St. Petersburg. Yep. And when I saw the name and it said D-Spec 17, no, 73. And for some reason, the name seemed familiar to me. I have never met him. I've never met D-Spec in person. Never. But the name sounded familiar to me. Now, I know they use the term like D-Spec is probably, he probably got it off a car because he's into cars. And I know the D-Spec sound like something that would be written on a car. But the fact that he's got that name and the name sounded familiar to me is one of the examples of deja vu all over again. See what I'm saying? It's that deja vu moment. You might hear a name or you might meet a person and that person felt like you met them before. People say this to each other all the time. You seem like someone I met before, or you look like someone I know. You know how many times people see me and tell me I look like somebody else that they knew? Countless times. And not all those people are people they met in this lifetime. They probably met that person in the other life, came back doing the class all over again because they failed. And they bumped into you and some of that memories came back. And they're like, wait a minute, I know this guy. How do I know him? I don't know. But I'm getting a familiar feeling here, and you don't get those by accident. Familiar feelings do not happen by accident. They don't. They are deliberate. Yep. So sometimes a name might ring a bell to you. A person might show up, you met them and you felt like you met them before. As I said, all of us that have experienced deja vu failed at least one time being here on this planet. You failed, you came back. And that's why you're having deja vu moments of you being here. Or deja vu moments about someone that's here with you. You've been here before, bro. You can't have a deja vu moment without the experience, right? What your brain is doing is remembering that this person, you knew them before. Yep. Never driven a bus. But you look like a bus driver, he knows. You never know, bro. Maybe you were in a different life. You see what I'm saying? He keeps telling you look like a bus driver, he knows. Maybe you were in a different life. Reincarnation is real. When people talk about reincarnation, the fact that we can know that there is such a thing, or we have a word for it and a definition, because we retain enough memories to know now that, listen, I've been here before and I'm back. I don't know why, but all I know is I've been here before. The problem now is to find out, why did you come back here? The deja vu, and the interesting part is, why did I come back? Because you failed. There was something you need to get done and you did not do it. This is why you're here, unfinished business. And if you don't get it right, they're going to send you back again. Yeah, you can. If you jump in the stream right now, you can voice chat. If you jump, if you have the game skate, just turn your microphone on and you can be on here right now talking with me. That's what I do when I invite people on. It's got voice comm. I can take up to 8 people right now. Yep. So as I was saying, man, those deja vu moments, if you have a lot of them, if you have a lot of deja vu moments, that means you failed a lot of times. Especially if your deja vu moments, you have them in multiple countries, then you've been in multiple places in different lifetimes and you failed and you came back again. Reincarnation is real. It is the process that sends us back here to do the damn class over again. You're repeating the grade. You are repeating the grade because you failed. You cannot ascend to that next level. And when you do pass that grade, you're not coming back. Because you don't need this body anymore. This body is only for when you are in this dimension. You see what I'm saying? This is why when you die, you leave it here. When you die, I think dying is the final exam. Dying is like your final exam. And then when you die, you get graded. And if you fail, you come back here. And if you pass, you don't. You ascend to that next level. You earn your wings, as we would say. And you become a spiritual being on a different level from what we are here. Because you passed, so you get to ascend. That's what happens when you pass in school, right? You get to go to the second grade. Simple. The ones who don't come back are the lucky ones. The ones who don't come back because they've ascended to a different level. Those are the lucky ones. People who keep coming back here hoping to stay here forever. I don't want to be here forever. I want to live, but I do not want to be here forever. I am going to graduate out of this school one way or another. I am going to get my GED out of here. I am not staying here forever, man. I've seen what this world is and what it is about to become. The longer you stay here, the harder it's going to be for you to live in it. I just want to pass the test and move on. My heart goes out to the people who plan to stay here. Good luck on that shit. I want to pass. Yep. You need that GED to move on to that next level. I want to graduate, man. The school of life, I want to get my diploma and get the heck out of here. They can put this body back in the box and say, well, this is the uniform that DJPABLOTV had when he was here. This is his uniform. We buried it in this box and we put it here. But he's not here anymore. He graduated. Is anyone who's stuck here? It's going to be a miserable life. Because you're going to be here with a bunch of flunkies, man. Keep in mind, most of the people you're going to be here with when you stay here are people who flunked multiple lifetimes, man. Some of them have gotten so evil, ain't no chance of them getting out of here. Not for maybe millions or billions of years. Yep. You just want to make sure that when your time comes, you pass and you don't have to come back here. You moved on to that next level. That is my goal in life, to get to that next level. I know it exists. I know this for a fact that it exists. Because there are greater things that exist that are beyond this world and this life. There are greater things that exist even in this reality here that are greater than what we can do right here. So I know this ain't it. This is not heaven. It is not. I don't care how many houses you own or how pretty your grass is, or how many fruits you got on your table. This is not heaven. The fact that you would look at the school that you were meant to be and just to learn. And now you start calling it home. When you go to school, you can't wait to go home, right? So why would you go to school and say, no, I'm already home. I'm staying here. I'm not going back home. I'm going to stay in school. Oh, my God. I guess maybe some of these people were hearing people say, oh, you need to stay in school. Be careful what you wish for, right? Get an education, but don't stay in school, son. We need to stop using that term. Tell these kids, get an education and become a nice person. But do not stay in school. Graduate, Christ's sake, graduate. Go get your diploma, get your DED, get your bachelor's. Graduate, do not stay in school. Tell them to graduate, man. Maybe that's a subliminal message of you telling them to stay in school, causing them to fail so damn much. Because some of us has been here so many times. There are people here who can remember multiple lives. You know that? Those are the worst ones. You do not want to be friends with somebody like that. That said, I've been here like 10 times already. Oh my God, you are not going to hang out with me. Your ass is going to want to keep me here with you. I am not staying here. I want out. I want to get to the next level, son. Can't you see how miserable it is here? But at the end of the day, though, you have to complete the lesson. Try to live as long as you can. Complete the lesson because you might need more time to do your homework. Some of us work slow. Some of us work fast. Some people are born and they're gone in like a day. They're gone in 10 minutes. They're gone in 15 minutes. Some people are fast learners. They show up. They're like, okay, I'm ready to go now. I see what this is. I'm ready to be good. I don't want to be a part of it. And they're gone in just like that. The minute they were like a baby, they didn't even get a chance to talk. They're like, I'm ready to take the test. I do not like what I'm seeing. I'm out of here. And they're out. The rest of us, we get to live a long time because we work slower. We learn the lesson slower. But for the ones who didn't find out, man, oh my God, you are going to be here a long time. And I think some people just genuinely wants to stay here. I think some of these people figure this shit out and they're like, I ain't never leaving school. I'm staying here. I'm never leaving school. If I mess up, I can always come back and do it again. Mess it up some more. Some people are failing so miserable now. You can tell they failed a lot. They made failing a profession. They have made a career out of failing in this life. They end up here with a lot of money. They treat human beings like cockroaches. They have no respect for nothing but themselves and their cash that they're going to die and leave behind. And then when the time comes, oh my God, if you could give them a Z, a negative Z on their paper, you would. If there was a grade lower than negative Z, you would give it to them for how much they failed. Now their dumbasses are going to have to come back here again. And on that second trip, you might not even get the gift of that cash you had. Well, the problem is a lot of them have memories. They started to remember stuff. And they use the same shit to go back and do the same thing again so that they can stay here longer. And never have a chance to get off. Telling you, bro. That's the only meaning of life is to pass. I hear people saying all the time, what's the meaning of life? Why am I here? I can tell you right now why you're here. You're here to learn. You are in a school. This is not a prison. They think Earth is a prison. No, it's a school. It is not a prison. And it's not just Earth. It's your life. Your existence is a school. Earth is just the location of that school. And your school could be anywhere. It could be on any planet. But this is your existence in this reality is your school. You are supposed to learn so that you can ascend. If you did not learn, you are not ascending nowhere. Can you imagine if we let some of these people ascend? Look at some of the crazy people we have on this earth. You imagine if we let them get into heaven the way they are now? They would start a fight up in there. They'd be fighting over stuff. They are never getting out of here until they learn the lesson. Never. Because some of us are really, really bad. We messed up so bad that we done gave up on passing the class. But the one thing they forget, there is no time limit on how many times you can repeat. If you're asking to be down here 1,000,000 times, you will be down here 1,000,000 times. You are not leaving until you graduate. You see, because time doesn't exist when it comes to you going to this school. You see, time matters on the body you go to school in. But the being that possesses the body, there is no time right there. Time don't exist with that being. So if your ass wants to fail, you will be coming back here over and over and over and over and over again until you get it right. And until you get miserable enough and you get sick of it enough and you're like, I can't do this one more time, I can't take it no more. All they're gonna do is sit and wait for you to get frustrated enough for you to be like, you know what, all right, that's it. I'm taking every lesson, I'm gonna ace this test, I'm out of here. I'm not coming back this time. Yep, bro. Whenever you're ready, man. I can go deep. You know, it makes no sense I'm holding on to what I know. I'm trying to get out of here. And I'm not talking dying. I'm talking graduating. Because dying is not your way out of here. Dying is you taking your uniform off. For the people who think, oh, when I die, I'm good. No, you're not. Dying is you taking your uniform off. And hopefully when you did, you passed the test to move on. If not, you will be back in a brand new uniform as a baby to do this shit all over again. And keep in mind, there is no clock in this school. If you're asking to be here 1 billion times to do that lesson, you are gonna pass that lesson, or you will never ascend. Now that is hell. You see that hell they tell you about? You're gonna be in hell for eternity. We are in that hell right now. This is the hell, watching us kill each other for Christ's sake, hoarding money, acting a fool, doing all kind of crazy shit. This is the hell. The hell part is you being here for eternity because your lazy ass don't want to graduate. And if you decide you are not going to graduate, you are going to be here for an eternity. That is the hell. The heaven is you taking note, getting the lessons right, becoming a nice person, a good person, a kind person, understanding what your purpose is, treating people with respect, and be prepared to take your respect to the grave. Because that respect is your key out of here. You die with no respect on this earth. And I'm not talking the respect you get from being a gangster because people fear you. That was not respect. They feared your ass, and your ass will be back. Your brand new uniform will be waiting for you to jump right into it so they can send your ass back here to this hell so you can do it all over again. Simple. Hell is being stuck here, not being able to graduate, being born over and over again, seeing all kinds of atrocities and destruction, and then you die and you come right back to do it again. You die, someone kills you, you come back again. You die of a disease, you come back again, you get run over by a car, you come back again, you live for a while and then somebody do you wrong and your heart's broken and you die early and you come back again and you keep repeating. Imagine if you were stuck here and you could never leave. That right there is truly hell. If you know that there was something higher than this, but you could not get to it because you keep failing and you are going to be stuck here for eternity, unless you pass, that is the true definition of hell. Failing every goddamn time. Look at the people around us. Ask yourself, how many people you know passing? How many people you can count on your one hand? Because I won't even use two, because most of us can't even find one person. How many people you know is good enough to pass? Good enough to pass. So guess what? See you in the next grade if you don't get it right. As I said, I've had deja vu moments, so I know my ass has been here before. Meaning my ass has failed a few times. But the more times I fail, the more I notice that something's wrong here. What am I doing wrong and how do I fix it? Because I want out. And I'm saying this not because I don't want to be here by dying, because dying is not the way out. I've learned that now, that dying is not the way out of here. You have to ascend. But we think we are going to earn that when we die. You are not going to earn it. Your ass is going to come back here if you failed, and you're going to do this shit again. And trust me, reality got all the time in the world for you. All the time. You think they're going to give you like 3 tries and they get fed up and like, all right, you know what, let's let him go. We gave him enough tries and he didn't do it. Nope, you're stuck here. So you want to know what hell is? Hell is not being able to graduate out of this shit. Because trust me, all the things you've seen in the past that traumatized you, all the awful things that we've done on this planet, you think we are done? We are not done yet. And the AI is about to teach us a lesson. The AI is going to be like a new school teacher to make sure we get that lesson quick. Telling you, man. If we don't pass the test, you ain't getting out of here. That's all I can say. Don't worry. You want to live forever? You can be here forever. You're just going to have to reset every time. You hit that reset button, you get a brand new body, you come back here. You can always, you want to live in this hellhole for eternity? Good luck. I want to move on. There's so much I can take. So much. And in this life, I've taken a lot. But I am grateful for the fact that I know the difference now. And even if I don't make it with the exams when my time comes, I hope I can remember everything I'm saying right here. That on the next round, if I have to go back and do it again, at least I have the cheat code. I can say, oh shit, I know what to do now. I'm not going to get it wrong this time. I'm going to pass and get it right. But right now, while I'm here, I know that I have to get it right to survive or to move on. You see what I'm saying? Simple. I have to get it right. Uh-oh. Skate just crashed right there. So the true meaning of life... Let me flip this around. Because it's late. I got to get off. It's 5 minutes to 2. All I can say is, from my point of view, feel free to believe what you want to believe. But from what I've learned from my 57 years of being here and being so close to dying so many times, but I did not. You see, the fact that I'm still here, I have a chance to still take the test and pass it. And maybe when I was about to pass away years ago from multiple illnesses, I was not ready to take the test yet. So I am on a good path. This is a good sign for me. I didn't have to go take, because you can remember, if I took the test then and I wasn't ready, my ass is going to have to come back here and do it again. I don't want to do that. I want to move on to the next level. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it is, bro. So all we can do now is just be good people, treat everyone with respect. If you can remember what I'm saying here, that if you don't get this right, your ass is stuck here. And when you're thinking that hell is a place of fire, no, it ain't. This is hell. And there is fire here. Because we got nukes. Right? Trust me, we can make this nice and toasty for you if you think the temperature ain't hot enough. We can burn this place to the ground and make it become the hell you have in your mind. But even then, if you don't get it right, you are not getting out of here. So people need to stop saying Earth is a prison planet. Earth is a school. And every other planet is a school as well, because everything dies. But the dying is not the ending. The dying is you go taking the test. Now, did you get a passing grade? Nope. All right, then right back in the box, go do it again. Simple. Hell is failing all the damn time. That is hell. And I can point out so many people that they have no chance of graduating. None. They don't. They are this close to taking the test, and they haven't done anything to even get them a chance to pass. When you look at what they've done, they got to come back here and do it again. Because some of them are this close to checking out and didn't even realize that what they were doing was out of sync with what they were supposed to do in the first place. Not even close. See what I'm saying? So many people came, lived, and died, and didn't know why they were here. And they come back in the next life, keep asking somebody, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? You're here to take a test. You are here to learn. Everything you've done since you came here was learning. So how are you saying you don't know why you're here? When it's right in your face. You are here to learn. And if you get it right, you ascend. Your body is not what you are. This is a uniform. This is an avatar. You need this to be in this dimension. When you move to the next dimension, you don't need the body anymore. This is why the body stays here and the soul moves on. But if the soul did not get it right, the soul comes back here in another uniform and does it again. Because we are spiritual beings. But spiritual beings that are going to school. We are here to learn. And you think because you're a spirit, your ass won't get stuck here? Because you're a spirit, you're going to get a pass? No, if you're a spirit getting it wrong, you are going to be staying here. This is what hell is. Hell is being stuck in the first grade and never being able to move on. Simple. If you know you were born to live, only to die and come up and born again and die again, building a relationship with people and then you die, you don't see them anymore, and then after a while you run across one of them and you're like, you sound familiar, you look familiar. And then you get a bond with them again, only to lose them again for another God knows how many years. And then you meet them again, you're like, wait a minute, did I not meet you before? And by the time you check it out, you probably did like 5,000 lifetimes before you got to that moment where they seem familiar to you again. And you just wasted a couple of 1,000 lifetimes being born over and over and over and over again, only to fail. And you're getting bits and pieces of that deja vu reminding you, you met me before. I met you like 5,000 or 10,000 lifetimes ago. You still here? Yeah. And you still here too. You see what I'm saying? That is truly hell. Being stuck here and not being able to ascend. That's it. I just want to pass, bro. Whatever it takes. Whatever I need to learn, whatever I need to do, how nice I need to be to everyone. This is why I treat you guys like family. When people come here, you're never going to see me like treating someone like shit. Never going to do it. Never. And even if you treat me bad, I'll leave you alone and let you be yourself, because I know you treating me bad is only going to make your ass stay here. But I'm not going to be the one to be like treating you bad. I'll leave you alone so that you can stay here and go repeat your classes. But I'm not going to let you drag me to your level so I can fail with you. Simple. See what I'm saying, guys? So that's just my piece right there. You can ascend by helping at least one person. But be the nicest person to them ever. That when you leave here to go take your exams, they give you some respect to bring with you on that final exam. You see what I'm saying? Respect that you can take to the grave, take it to the next life, because the rest of this shit don't matter. We ain't taking none of it. Not the money, the cars, none of it going with us. Everything goes back in the box. If you fail, you come back here, you try it again. You passed, you move on, and you leave the rest of the losers that are here, who can't get it right. And as I said, some of them, I think they're comfortable being here. Because we got people here, they go to jail because they did something wrong. They get out, and what do? They do something wrong again to go back in jail. You see what I'm saying? That's why so many of us have deja vu moments. A lot of us know what we're messing up. And I truly think some of them just want to be here. They just want to stay here. So much that they're saying, heaven is here. No, it's not. This is hell. This is not heaven. This is not the place you go to when you ascend. This is the place you get out of when you ascend. This is why so much evil stuff happen here. And if you don't think evil stuff happen here, just go turn the news on right now. They can fill you in like 5 minutes. Simple. Start off by being as nice as you can to one person. Then when you can do it for 2 or 10, go as much as you can. Because what you are earning in return is respect. It is better than cash. It is better than everything you own right now. That one thing that you need that you probably don't take seriously is respect. And I'm not talking respect for being a gangster. Because you are not getting respect. You are being feared. That is not respect. You see what I'm saying? Life is so funny. I hear Christians say you should fear God. Why? You saw me saying about gangsters claiming that they get respect. Just like they say in the Bible, you should fear God. And then when you fear him, you show him respect by being afraid of him. What kind of respect is that? I don't want nobody to respect me because they were afraid of me. Because that respect is going to get me right back here in the same bullshit class, living another life all over again, having more deja vu moments, not being able to ascend. If you feared me, that is not respect. Call it for what it is. You were afraid of me. That's why you are so humble in my presence. Because you were afraid. Now, if you were the nicest person in the world, treat people with love. When they come around you, they feel like they're around an angel. They would do whatever it takes to make sure that you are nice, happy, pleasant, and felt respected, felt loved. That is real respect. That you can take that to the bank on that next dimensional plane. Because you brought that with you. When you show up, you'll be like, I came here and I brought some respect with me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Right? Find out what it means to me, right? R-E-S-P-E-C-T. We need to sing that song every damn day, right? Rest in peace, Aretha Franklin. That is the only thing that matters. And it ain't no respect from being no gangster. It's the respect from being loved, for being a loving person. That when you walk in the room, people feel your presence like an angel is there with them. And I've met people like that. That's the funny thing. There are some people among us who are on that level. They just show up and you feel a presence around them. They are so nice to be around, so attractive. And I'm not talking on a sexual level. But you feel a calm, a sense of peace being around them. It's like you are in the presence of an angel. You see what I'm saying? Some people are doing it right, but they are so rare. You barely see 2 or 3 of them in your lifetime. Because everybody else been here before, man. Everybody else been here before, and they're on their way to failing again. They can tell you several deja vu moments they had, only showing proof that they've been here several times. And then you look at their life and you're like, oh my God, you are never going to get out of here. You are stuck in hell. Yep. All right, I got to go. It's 2 o'clock, 2:06. All of this is recorded. For the people who didn't hear it, good luck. Play it again. If it means something to you or you find anything out of it that made sense to you, use it. All right? And if by hearing it, it made you have more respect for me, thank you very much. Because you are giving me something that's more than money, more than everything else. Remember, you are giving me the RESPECT. And I'm going to take that to the next life when I get there. If I ascend, after I leave here, I will have your respect. If you truly gave it to me with a clean heart for what I said on this stream, then thank you very much. And I will have it even when I am no longer here. I will be able to keep that. That is the best gift you could ever give me. Because I'll be able to keep it. I don't want something I can't keep. What's the good of giving me something that I can never keep? Right? Simple. So your respect comes first. Your respect. That's all I want. If in the process of giving me your respect, you think, well, you know what? Shit, I'm going to give him a $20 donation. Because I don't know how to tell him thanks for what he's done by saying what he said or whatever. It's up to you. But all I need, though, is your respect. Because I can't take none of that with me. None of it. It's useless. I can keep your respect. And I figured that out years ago. After a while, I started looking around at the world. I'm like, what are we doing here? We do all of this just to die, put everything back in the box so we can come back and do it again. And we're supposed to call this heaven when all I see around me is death and destruction everywhere. Nope. I want out. I want to move on. And as I said, dying is not the way out. Dying is you changing your uniform so you can either move on or you get to come back again. And trust me, they have unlimited supply of them waiting for you to be back here again and again and again until you get it right. So don't worry about the one you're wearing now. Trust me. They are more like this. A lot more. Endless. Because there is no time where they came from. And you don't even have to come back as this. You could come back as an animal. You might not even come back as a human being. Jada Kiss says there is a lesson in everything, including a bullet. And he was so damn right. There is a lesson in everything, including a bullet. That's just how life is, man. So you just got to get it right. Get it right, move on to the next dimension. And hope the deja vu moments go away. And when you don't have them anymore, you know you did it right. All right, I got to go. All right, guys. Thank you guys for the support once again. Shout out to everyone who took the time to listen to me, man. Because I can get deep like this, and I do this all the time. I can get deep like this all the time. All right, so thank you for your company. Hopefully you guys appreciated what I said. If not, I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, I am gone. See you guys in a few hours. We'll be back. We're going to do the drifting as usual. Hang out with each other and just enjoy each other's company, sliding them whips, having fun. Then we come back in the night, we skate, we do it again, all right? I am out of here. See you guys in a few hours, man. Peace.